Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas for this week's Maverick Monday. We're on, I think, episode 9 now of these. And this week, I wanted to talk, I really got to thinking, let's talk about the future here in 2025 model year for the Ford Maverick. The Maverick will get a model refresh this year. This is something we do know, have a good authority that is happening. That we know it's following in the normal process of the refresh, which is about every 3 years. Right in the middle, there's a refresh, and then a next gen in about 6 years. And so we know that the Maverick is following suit to the same principle as that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Ford Authority. I have actually 3 links of articles linked down in the description. I like to give give credit where it's due, and Ford Authority has they're really good at spotting some vehicles driving around that's masked and disguised, right? And so we're going to talk about some of the ones that they've seen and what we can glean out of those images, and whether or not those are 2025 Mavericks floating around or 2028s. Now we're going to continue this conversation on this. I just want to preface this real quick. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on, because tomorrow night we do a live stream every week at 7 p.m. Central on Tuesday nights. Sarah and I are here together at the dealership, and we talk about a lot of things: scheduling news updates, dealer news. We also talk about recalls, and we also talk about things that are on our mind. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk more about the Maverick, and we're going to interact with the rest of the group. We usually have about 150, 200 people in here live with us, and we want to get input from you that we can share with the Maverick brand team. So if you're wanting to make a difference, you're wanting to see some changes, they need to hear from you guys, and we're going to strike that conversation and get that going. We need to do it now, because they can make some of these changes and inputs in the way of some of the different offerings. Before we need to do it now, before it's too late for the 25 model year. So about 8 o'clock is about when we start talking about those different topics. So if you don't want to see the first part of that, that's fine. Come in about 8 o'clock Central Time and join us in that conversation. So, all right, get into the rest of the video here. Let's go on over. And I want to kind of highlight this one here on Ford Authority. The first one here, where back in November, almost December, they spotted they believe a 25 Ford Maverick spotted for the second time. And a lot of times you'll know refresh, they will not refresh usually the doors, hood, and all that kind of stuff. Usually what you'll see, or the roof, I kind of pointed out the roof, but it said hood. Usually what you'll see is they'll refresh the grill, headlights, that kind of stuff, maybe the bumpers as well. You can see they masked this up real good, so you can't see if they've done anything to that kind of stuff. And more than likely, what's behind there probably isn't anything different. But they're out testing it, driving it, and that kind of thing, and getting it out there. And it might be also a ploy to get people excited about the next model year. So anyway, that was driving around, and you can see that. There you go, with some black wheels and all that. They actually use these images in another article we're going to talk about too. But you can see in there they're talking about a prototype, a heavy camo across the entire front clip of the vehicle, and fenders, everything. They probably won't change the fenders, but in this case, maybe they will, because I think they actually talk about this as being a sport model. Which we'll get into that just a little bit, where they would maybe change those fenders. They might use air design stuff on all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you can kind of see that. You can see they have the marked up, and really they're only exposing that. So this could be a darkened one, kind of like the black appearance package. And it looks like the tailgate's hard to see there, but it looks like there's something that's sticking up right there in the middle. Anyway, so typically we do see a refresh, not only on the exterior grille and the rear tailgate, that kind of thing, but also we'll see some updates and some new options for wheels, usually a new package or a new trim level altogether. Could be one or the other there, coming along. And we'll talk about an article on one of their articles in a second. Actually, they mention it here, August 21, which could include a high performance ST version focused pickup. Right. I know that Roush works closely with Ford when it comes to some of the performance. If it says Ford Performance on it, Roush Performance has their hands in it. I did tour the plant about a year ago, and I know they're working on something for the Maverick. So will we see an ST version of the Maverick for 25 model year? We don't know. But anyway, so they're speculating on that as well in there and kind of showing some of that. Now let's go to this other article that they have kind of talking about this new wheels and such. There you go. Can you see that now? There you go. Um, and you can see same vehicle they're talking about here, but in this case they're kind of talking about these wheels because most of the wheels right now they're on the Maverick are a 17 or 18-inch wheel, and I think these are a 19-inch wheel. I think they get pretty close to it here in a little bit, but talking about street performance, talking about looks like maybe it's lowered a little bit in the back, right, for street performance. So will we see that ST? Will we see maybe even a better version instead of an ST, maybe a sport truck? Will it be its own trim or will it be a package? Probably it will be its own trim if it's going to be like an ST, just like Ford does on the ST now. You can see that as an all-season tire, which a lot of times they'll do with a 19-inch wheel, right, with a Goodyear Wrangler Territory HT. So there you go. So they're speculating that there will be probably a version, and they're trying to get real close on this to see if how the bumpers look and everything. Anyway, so I did see a version. Can't talk about it. So we do know that there is a version coming. We don't know if it's going to be 25 model year, though. We assume so. We think it will be. Now, let's talk about the interior, because not only do they refresh the outside, but they usually will refresh the inside as well. And I'll talk about this for a little bit because they're talking about in here, they're speculating that it'll get the Ranger interior screen. Moving down, you kind of see that right there. You see something going on there. I don't know if it's the Ranger screen or not, but they will probably update this screen. And here is why. I mean, Ford has told dealers, there you go. There's what they're thinking. That's what's going to be. That's what's on the 24 Ranger is a 10-inch screen, portrait style screen, right? Whether it'll adopt that screen or not, there's a current screen now. Now, something that we do know is that they have said that they want to simplify the screens. I mean, if you look at it, they've had a lot of different screen options. F-150 had, the 12-inch and then an 8-inch. Also, you had a 4-inch productivity screen over here. And then you saw the Maverick had that 8-inch screen with a Kubbi in the side. Then you have the screen that we see on the Bronco Sport, as well as the Ranger screen, the portrait style 15.5 on your electric vehicles. You've seen all different options out there and all different screens. Even the Expedition, if you upgrade, you can get a portrait 15.5 screen. But Ford has said they brought in some people. They says they need to simplify things down to 4 screens is their goal. And when you think about it, they updated the Explorer to the 13.2-inch screen with the 12.3-inch productivity screen, which is exactly the same screen that we see in the Escape right now. So Escape and Explorer getting the same screen. Edge is going away. Expedition will probably get the same screen as the Super Duty or the F-150, which is the dual 12-inch screens more than likely for there, because the Expedition's getting refreshed for 25 as well. We have 5 models getting refreshed this year in 25 model year. The Explorers are getting refreshed, the Expedition, the Maverick, and the Bronco Sport, and we think the Bronco as well. That might get delayed one more year, but those 5 should be getting updated this year. And with that, it gives that opportunity to upgrade your screens. Now, one thing we will see, there's only 2 models that have the Sync 3 screen still, and that is the Bronco Sport and the Maverick, both made in the same plant. So I think we'll see an upgrade to at least a Sync 4 on the inside, on the infotainment system, or the new Ford Digital Experience, which I don't know if they'll go to that on that vehicle because that's a different experience. We'll see. I think at least we'll get the Sync 4 for that. And Ford needs to on the Maverick to go to 1 screen. Now, Lariat trim, Sync 4 or Sync 3 system, but on the other ones, it's not Sync 3. And what's the difference? Well, the difference is that your phone can't really connect straight in unless you have Sync 3. You have to plug your phone in to be able to use, make and receive those phone calls. I think they're going to upgrade to that, to at least a Sync 4 for both the Bronco Sport as well as the Maverick. Whether the Maverick will get the 10-inch screen like the Ranger does, I don't know. I think the Bronco Sport and the Maverick will have the similar screens. Regardless, depends on what they do. But something we still need to wait to see, and it's coming up real soon. And again, I want you to kind of put this out there. Join the conversation tomorrow night. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to talk 25 Maverick. We're going to talk about current options we have, and some changes that Ford needs to make. We're seeing these changes in the Explorer. We're going to talk about it more tomorrow night. I don't want to say too much and spoil that, but come over tomorrow night on the live stream, join us live, or if you watch it recorded, type all those comments down below. We know Ford watches our live stream. At least the Maverick brand team does watch those videos. They want your input. We probably have more Maverick community in our live streams and are watching our videos than anyone else. I think we're the only dealership that does a Maverick specific video once a week. Nobody else does that. So they really watch Law McArthur and our YouTube channel for information and what you guys think. So we need those comments. We need to give that over to them now so that they can make those changes and make some of these options available on what the team wants. Like the dropping the keypad, taking it completely off the vehicle and making a dealer installed option, which is still to this day has its issues by having the dealership install them. The software is not working and those kind of things. We need your guys' input. We need to be able to tell them. Adaptive cruise. There are so many people that are ordering the XL. Why? We'd like to have that discussion tomorrow night. So come on over tomorrow night. Join us at 7 p.m. We start talking about scheduling information, dealer news updates, and recalls. But about 8 o'clock is where we get into the what's on my mind, which will be the 25 Maverick and some changes that need to make. So come over about 8 p.m. and join us on our live stream so you can join the conversation and join the movement for the Ford Maverick. I'm really excited for 25 model year. I think it's going to be a fun model to see. I think we're going to see some major improvements, but we need the input so it can be the best model possible. So we'll see. And will we see a plug-in hybrid? Will we see an all-wheel drive hybrid for 25 model year? Probably not. Probably not. So my take is that you're getting 42 miles per gallon on a front-wheel drive hybrid. I don't see a plug-in hybrid coming in and needed on the Maverick, at least not Gen 1, maybe Gen 2. And I don't necessarily know that we necessarily need an all-wheel drive hybrid version. It's front-wheel drive. That's gonna take care of most people. So I don't know if we'll see it. I know a lot of people are saying, well, the Escape has it. Yes, the Escape does have it. Will the Maverick? I don't know. Anyway, I think they feel like because they have an all-wheel drive EcoBoost version, people that need that can go that route. And so I don't know if we'll see that, but they might make me look like a fool, but I don't know if it'll happen. Anyway, come out tomorrow night, join us. We'll be here live with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video for a Maverick Monday. Hope you enjoy your Maverick today, and I hope you stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Bye.